Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world of Wayne. Today we're going to be touching on Optimus Prime Pack 3 from Agora models. I feel like pointing out today we're going to be working on the hand. How many puns can I do in one introduction? That took some planning. I was up all night thinking of those puns, and I'm sure that Lou Dalmaso is going to be putting some in the comment section as well. But yes, today we are working on the hands, and it does mean that we're actually going to complete this whole arm section here. So we're going to have the forearm here, and we are going to have the hand on that as well. Now, there is a part in this pack which has replaced something that's, I believe, in tray 3. Let's just have a quick look. Agora models do detail in this letter that comes with it about this part, and it looks basically like that. This is T346 new. It's going to be replacing this one in the tray. But when we come around to doing that, we will have a look at that. Now, these are the free trays. So we've got that one there. We've got this one here. Looking like that. Look at these. I don't know what we're doing with those, but that's going to be interesting. And then finally, we've got this one here. Lots of big metal pieces on this as well. Now, if you want to get this for yourself, I have put a link in the video description. There's also a QR code on the screen there. You can scan that on your phone if you're watching on TV or PC. That will take you straight to the Agora Models website. But Optimus Prime Pack 3, without further ado, let's get cracking. So let's open tray 1 to start off with. So screw-wise, we've got PB screws 3x6. We've got these PB screws which are 2x5. And we have got these plastic bushes here. And the first sprue we need looks just like this. Now these are little washers, which I'm going to need. So I'm just going to keep them there. And I'm going to be building them up in this way. So I'm going to have this one here like this. I also need to take off the parts from this sprue here. So that one's going to go that side there. This one's going to be going this way round here. And then we're closing that off with the top one like that. Now I want some of these PB5 2x5mm screws. And I'm also going to start taking off some of these washers. So I need one here. Get that off. And I'm going to put that over each of these points just here. Push it all the way down. Make sure that fits on perfectly. And do the same on the other side. Excellent. I'm going to be putting these over the top. So one this side there. On the other side just like this. Once again, two of these washers again. I say they're washers. They're more like gaskets really, aren't they? Get them lined up. They're not sticky. I thought they were. And two. Put the top on. Make sure it's lined up. And then I'm going to be putting these PB screws through the holes. One this side. And just one on the other side. I've made them quite tight because I do want to make sure that these aren't too floppy. On this sprue here, we want to take off number 4. Remember those bushes that we had in this pack? We need those now, so let's open those up. I'm going to put those over each point of this cross section here. 1, 2, and 3. Bringing over part TR328, which looks like that. We're going to be putting this cross section here this way round, just down into the cavity down the bottom there. So when it's locked in, just like that, it should look like that. It needs to go fully in there. And that is what it looks like from the other side. Now this other piece that we had on the sprue, which is piece number 5, that's just going to go into the middle of this section here, just pushing it into place. Just like that, so it fits perfectly in there. Now this piece that we made earlier on is now going to go over the top of this, clamping that all into place there. And it's going to be held in with one of the, or actually two of the 2.5mm screws. So one in this side, and just one in the other side. Excellent. As you can see, that can now move. Quite articulates well, actually. Now, where you've got all of these screw holes on the outside, we're going to cover them now with these 3 pieces on the sprues here. So I'm just going to snap these off. And I've got some glue. I'm just going to put some glue just into these parts inside to help hold these in. I'm applying my glue just with a cocktail stick. The first one is just going to go on top here. And do the same on the other ones as well. So they're all in, and now they look just like that. Now what we've created there is the fun. Now if you have a look at this quick video that I took from MCN Comic Con when I got to see the full Optimus Prime on the Agora model stand, you'll see the hand here. This is actually what we're creating. So I'm going to take the thumb, put that to one side. We're going to start to assemble the fingers now. And we want the ones that are labelled 12, 13 and 14. And this sprue, which has got 15 and 16. And it's pretty similar to what we've done on the thumb. We're going to take these, I will call them gaskets. They're more gaskets than washers. Put them over the top. So one there and one here. Loads of detail just in the thumb and the fingers here. Then we're going to be putting this on that side. This one on the other side there. More gaskets. This time we've got 3 to put on. One in the middle. And one on the end. I also need one of these points here that look like this on this sprue. So let's get one of these off. These are quite symmetrical, but the way they're going to go, one's going to go on this side here, like that. And then we're going to put another gasket on top of that one. And then we're going to take these 2 bits we've got left. This one's going to go on here this way round. There's a notch on this side, which is going to the open side of that notch there. And then this top piece here is going to go on the top section just like that. Once again, held in with those 2.5 PV screws. Again, I'm making these quite tight. M3. So now that looks like that. And now I want pieces 7, 8 and 9 looking like this. These are going to go on just like last time. 7, 8 and 9. So it should look just like that. Another finger created. Now I'm going to continue that with the other fingers. 7, 8 and 9. I will brisk through them this time. Your fingers should look like that. Make sure you have them the right way around. The indents for these should be at the top there. Then it's just a case of putting these covers on. So what I've done, get some glue. I'm actually just dropping some glue into the little hole there. And then we've got the plates here to put on. So this one's going on here and just push that in. Do the same with the next one down. It's going to go on this way with a longer edge facing towards the piece we've just put in. Manipulate that in. And then finally, just at the end here, putting some glue on these sections. I've got the finger piece that goes at the end. And that's in like that. So that is a completed finger. Now I have to make another 2 of these. So what I'll do is I'll do them and then we'll come back and see what they look like. So let's line these up. We've got a small finger. We've got 3 of the longer fingers. And we've created the thumb there. I'm just going to put them all to one side and give them a good chance to dry. Because I'm going to be bringing over the other tray now. And it's this piece here that I'm looking to use first. We do still have these parts here just left in tray 1, just so you know. I'm also going to need this part here from the same tray. And it's basically like a vent. It's actually just going to push into that section there. So I'm going to line it up, push it down so it looks like that from this side. Once again, these I keep calling them 2.5. Once again, these 2 times 5 mil screws. Why do I keep calling them 2.5? I don't know. That's what we're putting these in with. So a couple of these. And the fun bit now, we're going to start putting the fingers in. So we want the small finger first, looking like that. That's going to be going into this point just here, this way round. So I'm just going to lie this down. I think that might be the best way to do this. Then the 3 fingers that are all the same size going in the next holes along like this. That's quite fiddly. Now back to tray 1 again. We've got these little blue points here which are going to anchor those fingers into place. The one that looks like this is going to be going over the little finger and the one next to it. This time we're screwing them in with the 2x6mm screws. You just knew this bit was going to be fiddly. I think it's probably best to actually just do 2 fingers at a time. Like that. That holds it a lot better then. Get one of the screws through here. And that holds nice and tight in position there. Don't over tighten it again. I do like that. And then we just do the same on the other sides. This time this piece is going in this way, so probably best if I get it in first and show you what it looks like. You can kind of push these down, which will keep them into position. So when you're putting the part on top of it, you see it's a lot easier to get in. As you see, holds itself in, ready for the screw to anchor that into position. And we're in the stages of having a hand. It's time to put the thumb in now. So holding it this way, these 2 lugs are going to go into the holes that you can see either side there. So I'm just going to line them up. That's going in just like that. Held in again with these 6mm screws. Get these in. That's the thumb on. I've got this piece looking like that from that second tray, which is going to go on the other side here again. It's just going to be held in on the underside, just like this. There's a locating lug at the top on these 2 sections. And again, one of the 6mm self-tapping screws to put that in. So on this side, it's looking like that. We can put this to one side, bringing the tray over, because I need a couple of items from this. I need one of these. And I need this section just like that. Okay, we want to take this part now. Now, this part has got a flat side here, and this side's got a little bevel in it. We want the flat side here. We're going to be taking this metal section here. This is going to be going, it is shaped, into this section like this. And you just want to push that down in there like that. If you're having problems getting that in, then just use a, got mine here, little hammer. Okay, we just want to take these brace sections now. So the one that's got the rectangular hole is going to go this way, like that. And this one is going to meet it on the other side like this to create this sort of design at the bottom. Bringing the hand back over, this is just going to go into this point just here, between those 2 holes, with the channel section just guiding it where it's going to be sitting. And again, that's held in with 2.3 by 6mm screws. And then make them nice and tight. There we go. That's anchored in place there perfectly. And the fun bit now, we get to close up that whole section by putting this into place. They do want us to put little bits of glue just around the edge there. So I will just touch some glue just on these pegs. Obviously ensure that you've got everything how you want it, because the last thing you want to do is put this on, then you won't be able to take it off. Okay, put everything together just like that. You heard it click in, and it should be flush all the way around on both sides. We have a hand. Check that out. That's brilliant. Use my head for comparison. It's a big hand. Now in the end here, you see we've got that horizontal hole. We want to take the other metal connector here, just push that into that end. In pack 1, if you remember, we had this little black thing left over. That's going to go in this way, just into this end. So you will have to push that in. But as you can see, that's in like that. The last piece that we had in tray 1 looked like this, and we do need a couple of sections now from this tray. So namely this piece here. And I'm going to put this in the 2 holes just at the top here. So it looks like that. I don't think it matters which way round you go. This is a symmetrical piece, as you can see. Now the hand is going to go into the 2 holes that we can see just in this black piece here. So that's going to go over the top like that. And again, that's held in with the 2 times 6mm screws. They're in a separate bag here. These are flange screws, just like we had for the inside of the hand. And then we're going to be putting the other side on here, which just goes on this like that. And this is held in with the 2.3 times 6mm screws. These are the black screws without the little flange on them. And we need 4 of these. So that is the full hand completed. I'm going to put that to one side because we're going to be doing the lower arm now. And for that, we need these 2 black sections, which again, just put together like this using the 2.3mm black screws. There's 2 holes either side of this for these to go. And now we need to put a band over it. Now this is that bit where they provide this in the tray. You don't want that. Throw that away. You want the replacement, which is in this bag, which looks like that. And that's just going to go around the edge here, like that. I want to take this section here. This is plastic. Put this into place here. And this is going to be held in with the 2.3 by 6mm screws. 4 of these to put in. We've now got these 2 sections here, which does mean I'm going to be bringing across what we created last time, looking just like this. Okay, so we want to take this piece first, taking what we created in the last pack. This is just going to be going into the hole that we can see just there. Push that in, like that. There you go, it sort of holds itself in place. Now in this channel here, we've got this piece, which is just going to go on here. This will enable this to go up and down when we've sealed it. So when the hand's on, it will actually come out and in, if that makes any sense. Then we're going to close it off by putting the other side on this, which looks good. Ensure that this can go up and down before we seal this. And again, these black 2.3 screws to keep this shut. Now we want to keep this in this orientation where it's horizontal to me, because I'm going to be putting this bottom bodywork section just on the bottom of this. As you can see, we do have 2 holes, so get that in there so that slots in. And I'm going to hold that in with 2 screws just at the top here. Again, these are the 2.3 by 6mm screws. They're quite hard to get to, these are. You have to sort of go through the larger holes to get to them. So one in here, and then one through this other large hole here. There you go. And get that in. And then to hide everything we've got here, we do have a cover plate to go on, which just pushes into this position just there. And that's that section looking like that. Pretty cool, isn't it? All I've got to do then is just attach this unit here to the slots that we've got in here. This is a push in, so just line it up and you hear it click into place like that. When you push that in, you want to make sure that that is flush in there like that. It's worth mentioning that is now an empty tray here, so we're on the last tray, and I need these 2 large sections here. So let me talk about how this goes in. So what we're going to do is, if I'm holding this way, have this retracted where it is there. This is going to go in this side. The arm here is going to slot into that section just there. And then this section here is going to fit this way round into that cavity just like that. Hopefully that makes sense, because then I'm going to put the other side on, which is going to mirror that over here. Just push all of that together. I'm gently going to put that down, because we've got the big boys now. This time we've got Allen head screws, we've got split washers, and we've got nuts. So this is going to go together in 3 places. Down the bottom here, these 2, and in this hole just here. So I think I'll do the middle hole first. I am making sure it's coming out the bottom there, which it is. Let's get a nut on there. hold that with my finger and get this nice and tight. That's going to really push this together, and you do want this tight. I'm then going to do the two here. So again, split screw through the whole thing. Then I'll get a nut at the other side. Very fiddly. And tighten that up. And again, make that lovely and tight. Closing that section together. And finally, one more screw just on the other side. So, that's what that's looking like at the moment. Excellent. Now in this bottom section here, looking just like this, I want this section facing this way with this detail here. This is going to fit in just like that. It's going to be held in with 2 times 5.5mm screws. These are PWM screws and they are silver, looking like this. We are going into metal on these, so I'm going to put these in some oil. You might find it easier to bend the arm to get these in. And I'll continue putting the other 4 in. Then I can straighten that back out like that. Just put that to one side. And I want to take out this part of the lower arm. This is metal. And I do have this little plate that's going to go in. It's going to go in this way, so it looks like that. But we do want to hold that in just with some glue. Matter of fact, that's really tight in there. I think what I'm going to do is just dop the glue over the top here, because this is a liquid glue. It's going to run into that. That's never coming out again. But that should look like that. This is just going to be going on this side of the plate. So you can see we've got the line up holes here. Put them in like this. Lay it down. And it gives you the idea of how this goes in. Now, just like we did with this section here, it's going to be held in with these silver screws. And we need 4 of these. So let's get all of these in. So this is the last one just going in here. And that is perfect. That's in. I've then got these 2 side panels to put in. So this one here is going to basically go under like that on that section. Let's get that locked in. The same on the other side. This is going to go under like that. That's going to be held in by the 2.3 by 6mm screws. And put them in on both sides. And then finally, these just clip into place just on here. So put these in here, snap them in. So that's one in that side. Just do the same on the other side. Best to actually put it at an angle first and then clip it like that. As you can see, it's all the way in. Now that isn't coming out. They do recommend gluing them, but I'm telling you, that ain't coming out. I'm going to need a screwdriver to get that out. Which means all we've got to do then is just put the hand into place. It goes in here, so it's just a slot in. Make sure you put the hand all the way in, so you shouldn't be able to see any of that black collar. But that's all there is to do in that stage. That's all there is to do in that pack. Look at the size of it. Look. So the hand can turn, as you can see here. We've got full articulation on this part here. But the quality is amazing. And look, again, you want size. It's bigger than my freaking head. Freaking is not swearing. But I had to say that. Look at it. Anyway, look, that's brilliant. If you want to get this for yourself, I have put a link to the Agora Models website down here. You can get this all the way from pack 1, but I really hope you liked that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.